we talk about Jimmy being the same guy and doesn't improve, but this is yet another playoff game where Shanny has had double-digit lead in the fourth quarter and he blows it. Thoughts? All right, let's do it right now. Is Kyle Shanahan a choker? I mean, I think he's been outscored 50-something to nothing in those fateful fourth quarters. So what's up, man?
So I don't think he's a choker. I'll start off by saying that. I don't believe he's a choker. I don't actually know, because I feel like the choker definition can be a little fluid. Sometimes people say it's a one-shot sample size. Then sometimes people say it's the entire fourth quarter. I feel like its sample size fits who we want to suit that narrative to. But I will say that him being a play caller that's been part of a team that's blown 3 different fourth quarter leads, and in all 3 of those games, the offense being unable to score any points, that is definitely it's alarming.
It's like 3 different teams, 3 different players. You think you'd have 3 different outcomes, and yet it's like eerily similar, uncannily similar. It's almost like, what is it about you?
And to me a little bit, this game really came down to I thought he could have trusted Garoppolo earlier in this game. Look, the Niners offense is about getting positive gains on first down. That's really how they live. Look, I know Garoppolo has been efficient on third down his entire time as Niners quarterback, but a lot of times the Niners are looking to stay out of third down. They're looking to get 6 yards on first down and move the sticks that way. They want to avoid the drop back pass game with their offensive line and their quarterback as much as possible. Analytically, the best way to get a positive gain on first down is throw the football on first down. The Niners are the opposite of that. They almost exclusively run the football on first down. In fact, they had 20 different first downs in the last game. They ran the ball 12 times. They threw it 8 times, of which 2 of those were the last 2 drives when they were one was when they were tied, one they were trailing. So obvious pass situations, you need him to throw the ball, and he threw 2 incompletions. Jimmy Garoppolo through the first 3 quarters of this game was 4 or 5 for 31 yards on first down. The run game in this, between Deebo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell, 12 carries for 27 yards on first down. Deebo was 4 carries for 12 yards. Elijah Mitchell was 8 carries for 15 yards. The Rams were selling out to stop the run game.
Yep.
When he did throw the ball on first down, he had his first throw to Ayuk, which was a dart over the middle of the field. He had to throw to Elijah Mitchell. He had to throw on a little screen to Deebo. The way the Rams sold out to stop the run, how good Ayuk is, how good Kittle is, how good Deebo is, I thought that you could have thrown the ball a little bit more with him. Unfortunately, he doesn't trust him, obviously, Kyle Shanahan. I mean, whatever you want to say, he does not want to put the game in Jimmy Garoppolo's hands. The Rams begged them to put the game in Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, and he refused to. And maybe that's what kept them in the game for so long. But I felt like that was a game that you were going to have to win or lose with Jimmy, and we waited till the fourth quarter, and we lost with Jimmy.
So I don't know. We have to define what a choker is, but here's what I've seen from Kyle Shanahan. With the game on the line, he makes very erratic decisions, like things that he wouldn't do in the first 3 quarters, or things that he wouldn't do in the regular season. Like, for example, I kept saying he's grown this year, and he's a different coach, and he's not going to give away a lead in a championship game the way he did in the Super Bowl, because now he's going to lean on Deebo Samuel. And it's like 2nd and 1, you don't hand it to Deebo. 3rd and 2, you don't hand it to Deebo.
Here's my thing with that, Grant. Like, I understand. Like, I think after the Packers
one
game,
touch
they
for
blew
Deebo
the 4-1. I thought you got to get Deebo the ball.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. But to me, the erraticness of the coaching errors comes in higher. I mean, forget the Falcons. The 2 situations with the Niners where he's the head coach. To me, it's under a greater magnifying glass because his margin for error is so small. Sean McVay had 2 of the worst challenges I've seen all year in this game.
My wife was roasting him. We were just like, did he just do that? Did he just?
Yeah. He had 2 of the worst challenges I've seen all year. Yes. Why aren't we sitting here today talking about whether Sean McVay is a choker after his offense scored only 3 points?
He was totally pressing, right? He was pressing. Yes.
He was pressing. But why? Yes. His quarterback bailed him out. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Odell Beckham gave him a get out of jail free card. And when you look at it like that, that's where, I mean, is it Kyle Shanahan's fault that Jimmy Garoppolo started this year? I guess we can go there, but they still made the NFC Championship game, so they did have
Is it Kyle Shanahan's fault that Jaquiski Tartt dropped the interception? No. But what I want to say real quick, though, is like I've labeled Jimmy as a straight-up choker. To me, when he messed up that quarterback sneak in Dallas, I'm like, that's it. because you would not mess that up in the third quarter in the regular season. That's nerves. And to me, Kyle, when he didn't call a timeout with 3 timeouts left on that delay of game, I'm like, what are you doing? To me, it's like, is the moment too big for you? What's up with that, man?
That entire sequence was a little bit odd, because then after that, I think the third down, it felt like, or the first down of the next drive, or no, excuse me, it was the third down, the play he threw the pick. It felt like the clock went to 0. Mac just snapped the ball. The rest of the offensive line was not ready, and Greg Gaines just beelined to Garoppolo, and that felt like he had no chance on that play. So I thought that maybe he should have taken a timeout in either one of those situations and recouped. But I mean, a lot of this is
interesting that like Niner fans were very, very positive on Kyle. I was taking a lot of crap. Everyone who ever suggested this season that he was doing a bad job was taking crap. And then once again, one bad quarter at the end of the season makes you rethink him. It's like, dude, is this what you're going to do every time? Are you going to get this far and then do stuff that's so uncharacteristic? Let me ask you real quick. What'd you think of not going for it on 4th and 2?
I'm analytically driven when it comes to that, so I would have preferred he went for it. My buddy Blake, who does the show, or when we were doing that YouTube show, he texted me and he said, for such a great play caller, Shanahan's so contented winning games with his defense.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of telling, because to me, 4th and 2, you have Deebo Samuel. He's a special player. You find a way to get him the ball. Yeah,
he can't get you 2. He got you 9 yards on 3rd and 7. Like, I'm just saying, it's very, to me, all of a sudden, I was calling Kyle clutch last week, and now I'm like, dude, no, you're not. You're just like Jimmy.
Even though the defense only gave up 20 points, throughout the game, I felt like, as personally as a fan watching that game, I felt like if it came down to one possession, I didn't think the defense could, as good as they are, I think they're the best defense in the NFL. I didn't think they could stop Matthew Stafford in that offense. I thought Stafford played unbelievable from start to finish in this game. And if you look at it right, the tip ball interception in the red zone, that stopped points. Then Ben Skoranek dropping a touchdown when he's wide open in the end zone, that stopped points. Cooper Kupp dropping what would have been a house call, that saved some points. So, like, the Rams offense was a lot more successful in this game than just 20 points. Holding them to 20 points was special from the Niners defense. And that's why I thought he should have been even more aggressive on 4th and 2, because as good as the defense is, you had an opportunity to put the game away right there.
True. BP says there is no substitution for a pure passer in the NFL.
Yeah.
Look at the Rams. Is Stafford still special if he loses the Super Bowl in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, special choker. What do these words mean? All I'm saying is he's definitely better than Jimmy Garoppolo. And if he were on the Niners, they'd be in the Super Bowl right now. And if you gave Matthew Stafford this supporting cast, he wouldn't have a passer rating of 74 in the playoffs. I'll tell you that with confidence. Adrian says, I also feel like the play calling was some ass. Did they even run any tosses or play action? Why not get Kittle more involved for all the money he getting? Not a lot of play action, some tosses.
Yeah. Look, the Rams had a good feel for this game. The difference between these two teams was really the Niners schematically. I mean, they've played the Rams 3 times this year. They've seen everything the Rams do. The Rams see everything they do. The Rams went a little more old school in this game. They identified the Niners' corners as a weakness, and they spread them out and threw the ball outside. They threw the ball outside the numbers. The Niners' offense can't do that.
Exactly what Tennessee did.
Yeah.
Just run comeback routes on the outside. That's what you're not going to get yards after the catch, but you'll convert some third downs. Love Debo, but he should have let that kickoff go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Bit surprised that no one brought it up among key moments. I always feel like the Niners special teams, with the exception of that one game, looks unprepared. Like they're in situations like, I don't know what to do. That's your coach.
I thought Debo's kickoff returns were pretty bad in this game, and I thought it was just a product of they put Debo back on kickoff returns so that he can give them an explosive play, because they're not sure how well their offense can do. I mean, we're talking about an offense that scored 2 touchdowns in 8 quarters in the playoffs. That doesn't get the job done. And because of that, I feel like Debo was pressing to return those kickoffs.
Great.
It was like, I'm just going to bring this out and try to create something, even though our coverage is,